Okay, you're at the Watchmen Way. March 10th, 2020. Big things, guys. Big things are going down. This is happening. And more information is coming out every day about what's happening around the world. And this is not just about the economy. This is about um, a worldwide plan to take down the swamp. I think about the same time. Um, the rumors are that the white hats, the good guys, are positioned around the world to take down the swamp. People like the Pope, the Queen, probably political leaders. Nobody's going to escape this. I've been saying for years now, everybody that's guilty will get the justice they deserve, and that's what's coming. Um, it's looking more and more like this virus was engineered for the event to cover the collapse and the takedown. So it looks like what's going to happen is that, well, and what's happening, and this is something else, guys, before I forget. Uh, Italy just froze all mortgage payments. There's one or two other countries that have already done the same. That's what's going to happen here, guys. I just, my two of my daughters are closing on houses this week. This month. One I think closes on the 16th. The other one closes like a week later, the 20 something. It's very possible, highly probable, that my two daughters are going to move into homes and never have to make a payment. And are going to own those homes free and clear. Just what they put down on deposit. They're going to own these homes. That's what it looks like. Me personally, if I wasn't behind, I would not be making a mortgage payment right now. I'd be late. Personally, it's up to you guys. You play it how you want. This is happening. The reset is coming. I think, from what I saw today, it might be coming at the end of the month. You know, they're talking about rolling out a gold-backed currency. On the 30th. You know, Obama's supposed to go down on the 12th. This aligns perfectly with the time frame I've been talking about for over a year now. That, you know, probably 2 to 4 weeks after whoever the first big one was to go down, Obama or Clinton, that the economy would last, 2 to 3 weeks. And here we are, Obama going down on the 12th, gold-backed currency on the 30th. And a gold-backed currency basically means they're going to declare a reset. If they don't do it at the time, it won't be very long after a gold-backed currency comes out that they do it. So this is all great news, guys. Just think about it. And it's not just going to be, think about this. It's not just, your mortgage. It's your car payment. It's anything you owe. Taxes or whatever. Is going to get wiped out in a reset. Now, and now think about if you get all those benefits, plus you have physical silver and Litecoin, I'm telling you guys, you can't make this up. Just my daughters being in this position. I called them both and said, you better thank God tonight when you do your prayers because I told them they're being rewarded for my hard work. We'll see how that plays out. But it's biblical. I mean, just that these are both their first homes for both of them. They didn't plan this. This is how God works. This is how it's coming to us, guys. This is just the tip of the iceberg. the rewards for the ones that have been doing God's work, the ones that have been sticking their necks out, going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be mind-blowing. Get on the right side of this thing. Start doing the right thing. Start living your life the way. This segues right into, the Watchmen's next project, the next job we have is to lead the revival of the way. God's church, the church that Jesus taught 2,000 years ago. I'm not going to get into it today. There's going to be time enough for that in the future. And there's going to be a lot of people that want to listen too, because when they see what happens with the way, it's going to steamroll. It's going to snowball. You're not going to stop it. It's going to be like what's happening with the economy. No stopping it. Full steam ahead. One of the things that I've noticed here the last couple of days is kind of a side effect of cognitive dissonance, is that a lot of people have been lashing out almost like they're mad because I'm right. But it's part of that cognitive dissonance. It's that cognitive dissonance fighting back because it can't accept what's happening. You got these people who are, maybe they're my age, and they've made money on the stock market their whole life. And they're just in that mindset that it's always going to come back. It's not going to come back this time, guys. This is over. This rigged game is over. The whole thing's done. It's just not the stock market. It's the whole thing. Our whole financial system is going to change. The banks, trust me, the ones that are in jail are going to have a lot different regulations to deal with. We're going to go back to sanity in whatever the banking system ends up being. With cryptocurrencies, you're going to change the whole thing. So I'm not even going to speculate on what it's going to look like in a year or two. And it won't make any difference how it looks in a year or two if you have physical silver and Litecoin. It could change to whatever you want. Because everybody that's listening to these messages is going to be multimillionaires. And when you're a multimillionaire, it doesn't make any difference. Do what you want, because we're going to end up on the good side of it no matter what. It only gets better, as we go through this process. You're going to find, talking about a $300 billion payroll tax cut. President Trump was today. Oh, here's another one. Another woman. She's doing a video and was upset that people weren't taking the virus seriously. And her argument was, Italy just shut down their whole country. This must be serious. Are you kidding me? So yeah, this is a woman who's criticizing other people for not using their heads. And then she thinks that this is like the plague. Look at the numbers. The flu this year, the flu is more deadly than the virus is. I think it's around 70,000 people in America have already died from the flu this year. Doesn't that make you think that something isn't right with this picture? This is a staged event. This is covering the economic collapse and the swamp takedown. When we get towards the end of the month, they're gonna start to quarantine, and I think very soon after that, and they might shut the whole country down. I think that's where we're headed. Very shortly after that, they're going to declare martial law. And that's a good thing, guys. We want those troops on the streets. It's going to make it safer for everybody. Trust me, this is a good thing. You don't have to worry about martial law with President Trump is running the show. Hillary Clinton would have been a whole different story, but we're in good shape here. I don't want to hear any patriots whining about this because that's ignorant. Do your homework and find out what's really going on. These people who don't understand, they're one of the biggest problems that we face, who don't understand that President Trump is not a normal politician. He's not like the guys we've had for the last 50 years. He is unique, to say the least, and has the hand of God on him, guiding him. So you think he's going to do what? Try and grab our guns? There's still 320 million of us with 500 million guns and billions of rounds of ammo. People that think he's an insider, you're not thinking very clearly. You need to start using your head. Because President Trump, in 3 years, destroyed everything that the globalist deep state spent 300 years developing. He crushed it in 3 years. You think he's a plant? You think they're going to let a plant ruin everything that they've worked for up to this point? God, use your heads. And I know the Watchmen are on board with what I'm saying, but, it's the 98% of everybody else that I'm worried about. The good news is that, they're going to get through this, most of them, not because of anything they've done. It's because of what God has done for them and putting President Trump in office at this time in history. The perfect man in the perfect place at the perfect time. You don't see God's hand in this, something's wrong with you. Flat out. And trust me, in a year, I don't think there's anybody on earth that's not going to understand God's hand in this, because it's becoming more evident every single day. You can't write a better script. For the 10,000th time in a year, you can't write a better script. And I keep saying, guys, when I started this 5 years ago, Obama was president. And I knew that we were going to win this battle. But if it went, Hillary Clinton was elected, millions were going to die in America. Tens of millions, probably. Hundreds of millions around the world. That's where the world was headed. That was going to be the real Armageddon. That was going to be the physical Armageddon. We changed biblical history when we elected President Trump. And his first job was to eradicate child sex trafficking and human trafficking. That's what God wanted to hear. And the things he's done since then have only bolstered his support from God. And you're going to see it here over the next 12 months. Heaven on earth. Greatest transfer of wealth in human history. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity. People are afraid. Afraid of what? The flu? Heaven on earth? The greatest transfer of wealth in human history? Tell me what we have to be fearful about. 5 years ago, every weekend, we were out driving around in national forests trying to find bug out locations 5 years ago. I bought a shotgun because I knew a 10-shot, 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun for when they kicked in my front door, because I knew it was coming. The things I was saying was going to get my front door kicked in if Hillary Clinton got elected. That's where America was going. And this isn't, crazy conspiracy theory. These are facts, and they're all going to come out. what their plans were, the FEMA camps, and what they were going to do to us. Agenda 21, the world population going down to 500 million. It's at 7.5 billion today. 7.5 billion going to 500 million? And that's on the UN website, Agenda 21. Look it up. Look where we're at right now. Everything I've been talking about for 5 years is coming true this year. Everything. Go look at. That's what I love about Facebook. Go back 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. I've been saying it. God called me in 2014, but I was speaking out way before that. And look where we're at now. It doesn't get any better, guys. I've said over and over again, cherish this. Sometimes we're in such a big hurry to get to the what we think is the finish line that we kind of miss all the good things going around, all around us. Don't do that. Take a minute to kind of look to see what we've accomplished here. Not just the Watchmen, but President Trump and everybody that's been working hard for the last several years to make this happen. There's thousands of heroes here, and they're all going to get rewarded. Mark my words. Everybody that's been doing God's work is going to be rewarded mightily. And it's here, guys. This is it. You can't fix the economy. It's done. It's just a matter of when they announce the time of death. That's all they're waiting for. When are they actually going to call it? And it looks like this month, the way things are going. A couple of headlines. Stocks tumble after POTUS claims Pelosi won't be ready. So they went up today, right? The stock market there was up 11.67, so it got back about half of what it lost the day before. Litecoin's at $50.34, so it's back up over 50. But the futures are down 280 points tonight already. So down 280 now for tomorrow's market. We'll see. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's probably going to be volatile, go up and down. Like we had the dead cat bounce today. We'll see what happens tomorrow. There's no saving this. This is over, guys. Doesn't make any difference. There's nothing they can do. Bitcoin tested as a safe haven after biggest stock crash since 2009. So money's starting to pour into Bitcoin. Just like I said was going to happen. Litecoin 2 is coming. As stocks and oil surge, credit market carnage continues. I talked about this last night, guys. The credit market freezes. The supply chain freezes. No food in the grocery stores when the credit freezes up. And it's going to freeze up any day. Credit cards aren't going to work, guys. Trucks don't run. White House promises cost won't be a... Can't read my own writing. White House promises cost won't be a barrier for virus cares. You know why? Because President Trump knows he's never going to have to pay this money back. Let it be $1 trillion. Doesn't make any difference. Bank of Japan buys a record amount of ETFs, admits paper losses, and plans a program extension. So they're admitting basically that they're criminals, that they're covering these markets by buying garbage to keep the markets propped up, and they're going to expand the program after admitting it's a failure. What did that tell you? It's been going on for a long time, guys. UK health minister tests positive for the virus. More fear porn. Gin it up. If the health minister got it, we're all going to get it. That's what people are thinking. Spread that fear, spread that panic, collapse that market. Another Zero Hedge headline. Brace for impact. The real economy is degrading quickly. And the real economy is what you and I deal with. The real economy. Paychecks and bank accounts for the people that are out in the streets doing the work. Not this fake market, the stock market and all this paper crap they're pushing and stealing us blind in the process. I already talked about the rumors of the worldwide swamp takedown. Coachella is postponed due to the virus. Bernie and Biden have canceled events due to the virus. They're going to shut the country down. They're going to go into quarantine towards the end of the month. Martial law is going to be declared. They're going to take all the swamp down. I said this was going to happen in a 2 to 4 week period. All of it. And it's happening in a 2 to 4 week period. I talked about the $30 billion in tax cuts. It just gets better every day, guys. It just gets better every day. We've got to use however many days we have left. Every person counts. We got to try and get every last one we can. Let's just keep pushing till the end. Just because we've made it, we don't want to take our foot off the gas. Pedal to the metal until this is over. We'll celebrate after Obama's arrested. Gary, what's up? Keith, how you doing? Cousin Bill, what's up? Jane, hello. Myra, how are you? David, how you doing? Randy, what's up? Jody, how are you? Mike, hey, everybody who needs colloidal silver. Everybody should have carbon 60. Everybody should have colloidal silver. Mike actually makes colloidal silver, and he sells it for like 25% of what you pay at GNC. So get a hold of Mike. Everybody should have some as part of their prepping supplies, as part of their medical supplies. It's a natural antibiotic. And I don't think it's going to go worst case scenario, but if it does, pharmacies might be closed. You might not be able to get medication. So everybody should have some colloidal silver. Talk to Mike. Jeremy, what's up? Jeannie, how you doing? Michelle, hello. Christine, how are you? Scott, what's going on? Chad, Dallas, James, what's going on? Susan, Mansfield, Trevor, William, how you doing? Larry, how's it going? Joe, what's happening? Rita, Danielle just bought 1.5, 1.61 Litecoin this morning. Good job, Danielle. Benny, what's up? Are you kidding? Is that it? No questions? It must be a good day. There are no questions. Okay. Physical silver, Litecoin. Links will be posted in the comments section. Silver is at $16.93. It's under $17. And Litecoin's at $50. 5034. These prices are gifts from God. Don't slap God in the face. Accept his gifts. Buy as much as you can, as quickly as you can. Greatest opportunity in human history. Greatest transfer of wealth in human history. What's not to like? And you've been forewarned. Feel bad for the people that don't know about this, who aren't going to hear about it for whatever reason, because they're closing themselves off, or they just don't have anybody that knows about it, that can tell them about it. Everybody that's hearing this message needs to take advantage of this message. You need to tonight, if you haven't already, buy your physical silver Litecoin. And tomorrow, go get prepped up. Extra food, extra water, medical supplies, ammo. Physical silver and Litecoin. Colloidal silver, carbon 60. Colloidal silver, get from Mike. Carbon 60, get from Amazon. Good and cheap carbon 60 in olive oil. I've been on this stuff for 5 years. I rode bucking horses for 39 years. Broke virtually every bone in my body. My knees were horrible. After 6 weeks of taking carbon 60, I had no knee pain. And haven't had any since. And it goes much further than that. I think it extends human life. Check out the studies. Everybody should have some. It's basically the premier antioxidant in the world. The molecules are so tiny, it can get into cells that normal antioxidants can't. So just for that fact, it's worth having, especially with this crazy virus stuff floating around. Just another way to protect yourselves, guys. Reach out to those last few people that you want to get to. If you don't do it now, tomorrow might be too late. I know that, even though it still isn't easy, it's a heck of a lot easier than it was even 3 months ago. And forget about 5 years ago. 5 years ago was like pulling teeth. I think we had, Lisa told me that I think in 2 days we had 55 new members on the Watchmen page. 55 new members on the Watchmen page. And we just turned 2,200 a few days before that. We're going to be at 2,300 in less than a week. And we're going to be at 10,000, who knows, a month? Well, as soon as, just look what's happening now with all the shares. We had last night's chat. We've been averaging 300 to 400 views a night, and it was kind of working up. But last night's chat, like at noon today, we already had over 2,100 views on last night's chat. We only have 2,200 members. People are begging for information. They're begging for answers. That's what we're here for, guys. It's showtime now for us, because now the real work starts. To me, this is where the fun starts, because we're going to be through with the battles, because there's going to be no more arguments about the pedophilia or the swamp or the economy, because that's all going to be behind us. Think of the members that's going to bring in with our track record. People will flock to us. For one, what the Watchmen have already established. Number two, for what the Way is going to bring to the world. God wanted the Way ready, and we're ready. We're up, full speed and running. Website's up. Facebook page is up. We're rolling. But he wanted it ready for the collapse of the Catholic Church this year. And the Catholic Church is going to collapse this year. The Pope's going to resign. He's going to announce that 50% of the priests are pedophiles. The Catholic Church is going to collapse from the inside. I've been accused of, You know, I was raised Catholic. I was an altar boy. I went to parochial school. But I also knew the Catholic Church was corrupt when I was 12 years old, 1967. But I'm not trying to take the Catholic Church down. The Catholic Church is going to come down, deserves to come down for the crap they've pulled, for the lives they've ruined, for the people they've murdered. And look at the Spanish Inquisition, for Christ's sake. It's hard to believe that it's gone on this long. But that reign is over. Thank God. And the way changes everything. It's the most pure form of religion known to man. And God says it will be the biggest religion in the world within 20 years. Go to the Watchmen webpage and check it out. Now we still got to focus on what the Watchmen mission is. And that's to red pill and prepare as many people as we can before this thing blows up. That means we still have time, guys. So we don't stop, we don't slow down. We got to keep going. We got, they're bringing steers in, so it might get noisy here. Got a stampede going. Just making sure we got no more questions. Let me see. Yeah. That wasn't bad. Okay, guys. No more questions. I said everything I had to say for today. Be positive when you're reaching out. This is how this is accepted by people when you're talking to them is going to depend a lot on how you present it. Don't lead with the first ever worldwide economic collapse. Lead with the greatest transfer of wealth in human history, man's greatest age. Tell them about the things that are coming. Then tell them about how we're going to get there and what's going to happen and why. I think going that route makes it a lot easier, because when the first thing is worldwide economic collapse, the blinders go up, right? They just want to duck their head, stick their head in the sand. It scares them because they don't understand what it means. When they see what it means, oh wow, why was I worried? You shouldn't be worried. It has to happen. It's part of the plan, part of God's plan. God wants this to happen. It's going to happen. And it's going to be awesome. The world that we're going to get is the world that God intended us to have. And the country we're going to end up with is the country our founders intended us to have. There's no downside to this, guys. It's 100% upside. No question. When you're talking to people, that's the way you want to present it. I'm going to end it there for tonight, guys. Remember, fear not. God and President Trump are 1,000% in control. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 Pacific. God bless.